Welcome back to our channel. This dime could be worth more than you think. In 1982, the United States Mint produced a coin that would not only become a key piece of American currency history but also capture the imagination of collectors and investors alike. The 1982 one dime, a simple yet significant coin, was at the heart of a fascinating story that would transcend its small size and face value of just 10 cents. Today, the story of this coin is far from ordinary, as it is worth an astonishing $124,000. But what makes this coin so valuable? To answer that question, we need to journey back to the early 1980s and uncover the circumstances that led to its creation. The 1982 dime was produced during a period when the United States economy was experiencing a shift. Inflation was on the rise, and the government was looking for ways to reduce production costs. In 1982, the government made a significant change to the materials used in coins, particularly the one dime. It was the year when the mint decided to stop using silver in the composition of the dime and switch to a copper-nickel clad composition. This was a huge change, as the dimes previously minted contained 90% silver. But as the price of silver surged during the late 1970s and early 1980s, it became increasingly expensive for the mint to produce silver coins. The decision to move to a copper-nickel clad composition was made to save money, and this change would ultimately have a profound effect on the coin's legacy. For most people, a dime is just a dime. It's a small, inconspicuous coin that circulates through daily life, barely noticed as it passes from hand to hand. However, for numismatists, the passionate collectors of coins, the 1982 one dime represents more than just a piece of currency. It represents a critical moment in the history of American coinage. While most of the 1982 dimes were struck with the new copper-nickel composition, something happened that would change the course of this coin's history. In a small and rather surprising twist of fate, a small number of 1,982 dimes were mistakenly struck using the old silver planchets that had been left in the mint's facilities. These silver planchets, though intended for the production of the previous year's dimes, were accidentally used in the minting of the 1982 coins. As a result, a limited number of 1,982 dimes were produced with a 90% silver content, much like the dimes of the pre-1965 era. The mint's error was discovered almost immediately, but by then, some of these coins had already entered circulation. The exact number of these silver-plated dimes that were released into the wild is still a topic of debate among collectors and experts, but it's estimated that only a handful of these rare coins were ever produced. This error, though small, would have a lasting impact on the value of these dimes. The 1982 silver dime is a rare find. In fact, it's one of the rarest coins in modern American coinage. A single 1982 one dime that was mistakenly struck on a silver planchet is considered a mint error, a mistake that makes the coin not only historically significant but also highly sought after by collectors. As with any rare coin, the value of these silver dimes has skyrocketed over the years, driven by the scarcity of the coins and the story behind their creation. Now, you might be wondering, how can a coin worth only 10 cents be worth so much today? It's all about rarity, condition, and the historical context that surrounds the coin. These dimes, struck on silver planchets, represent a moment in time when an error in production led to the creation of a coin that was never meant to exist. The fact that a small number of these silver dimes were accidentally released into circulation has made them incredibly valuable to collectors who understand the significance of this minting error. But it's not just the story of the 1982 silver dime that makes it special. The coin's design plays a role as well. The obverse, or front, of the coin features the iconic profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just after the president's death, to honor his legacy of leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. On the reverse, we see a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. These elements have become emblematic of the American spirit and add to the coin's appeal among collectors. Over the years, the design has become synonymous with the dime itself, but the rare 1982 silver dimes are particularly coveted for their unique backstory. As with any valuable coin, the condition of the 1982 silver dime plays a significant role in its price. A coin that is well preserved, with little wear and tear, will fetch a higher price than one that has been heavily circulated. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes, and some of the 1982 silver dimes have been graded in mint state condition, making them even rarer and more valuable. The appeal of these coins goes beyond just their rarity and condition. The story behind the mistake, the human error that resulted in the production of these coins, is another factor that has contributed to their rise in value. Numismatists love a good story, and the 1982 silver dime certainly has one. It's a tale of oversight, mistake, and discovery that adds a layer of intrigue and fascination to an already rare and valuable coin. Now, you might be wondering, how much are these 1982 silver dimes worth? The price of a single 1982 silver dime can vary widely, depending on factors like its condition, rarity, and demand from collectors. However, it's not uncommon for one of these rare dimes to fetch a price well above its face value, sometimes reaching into the thousands of dollars. In fact, the most valuable 1982 silver dimes have been sold for staggering amounts, with some fetching as much as $124,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1982 silver dime, a coin that was once worth just 10 cents, has now been known to sell for over $124,000. This remarkable value is a testament to the rarity of the coin, the historical significance behind its creation, and the growing interest in numismatics. What started as an oversight by the United States Mint has now become a highly prized item in the world of coin collecting, and the 1982 silver dime stands as one of the most valuable modern coins ever produced. To put this into perspective, a coin that was once seen as just a piece of pocket change is now worth more than many people's homes. The incredible rise in value can be attributed to a combination of factors, including the rarity of the coin, the intriguing backstory, and the growing interest in collecting rare items. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just beginning to explore the world of coin collecting, the 1982 silver dime is a coin that represents the intersection of history, rarity, and value. In conclusion, the story of the 1982 one dime is a reminder that even the smallest pieces of currency can carry great historical significance. What began as a simple mistake in the minting process has led to the creation of a coin that is now worth $124,000. This incredible journey of the 1982 silver dime is a testament to the power of rarity, history, and the fascination that numismatists have for the coins that shape our world. So, the next time you hold a dime in your hand, remember that there may be more to that small piece of change than meets the eye. It could be worth a small fortune. In 1990, the United States Mint produced a coin that, at first glance, might seem like just another standard dime. After all, it's a 10-cent piece, similar to the countless others that have been struck over the years. Yet, the 1991 dime carries with it a fascinating story of rarity, unexpected value, and an error that would lead it to become one of the most coveted coins by collectors. This coin, once simply a part of everyday transactions, has now become an exceptional treasure with a value that might surprise you, reaching an impressive $118,000. To understand how the 1991 dime reached such a remarkable value, we need to travel back to the late 1980s and early 1990s, a period when the U.S. Mint was fine-tuning its operations and striving to meet the public's demands for an efficient, cost-effective way to produce coins. In 1990, the United States was enjoying a relatively stable economic environment compared to the turbulent 1970s and early 1980s. The country was experiencing a period of expansion, which saw an increase in demand for coins for circulation. The dime, a coin that had been in circulation since 1796, continued its role as a small but essential part of daily American life. The obverse of the coin, featuring the iconic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, had been the face of the dime since 1946, a year after Roosevelt's death. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the image of Roosevelt had become one of the most recognizable features of American coinage. This iconic design was paired with a reverse featuring a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, which symbolized liberty, peace, and strength. But despite the continuity in design, the 1990 dime would end up being quite different from its predecessors. In the minting process, a critical mistake occurred, an error that would lead to the creation of a small number of dimes that would go on to be considered exceedingly rare and highly valuable. In the production process, the U.S. Mint uses a process called planchet production to create the metal blanks, or planchets, from which coins are struck. These planchets are created by stamping out circular discs from large rolls of metal, and the material used is critical. For most of the dimes struck in 1990, the planchets were made from a copper-nickel clad composition, just as they had been since 1965. This copper-nickel alloy was chosen to reduce the cost of production, as it was much cheaper than using 90% silver, which had been the composition of dimes before 1965. However, during this period, an error occurred when a small number of 1,990 dimes were mistakenly struck on incorrect planchets. These planchets, intended for use with other denominations, were inadvertently mixed into the batch meant for the dimes. The result was a small number of 1,990 dimes that were struck with an unusual and rare composition, a blend of metals that set them apart from the rest of the dimes minted that year. These errors, when discovered, became a point of fascination and intrigue for collectors. Now, most coins that experience minting errors are worth only a little more than their face value. However, the 1990 dimes in question were not just any mint error, they were struck on planchets that had a slight difference in their composition, which meant they exhibited subtle differences in appearance. These dimes were created in a way that made them stand out from the millions of standard dimes struck that year, and this created a sense of rarity and desirability among collectors. So, why does a small error like this matter? The answer lies in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. Coin collectors have a deep appreciation for any piece of currency that deviates from the norm. A coin that was meant to be one thing but turned out to be something different becomes a sought-after rarity. As with any form of collecting, rarity is a key component of value. And when a coin like the 1991 dime is struck with an error, it becomes a piece of history, a piece of currency that was never meant to exist but, through a twist of fate, came into being. The 1990 dime, with its slight yet significant minting error, captured the attention of collectors, and as more and more people became aware of these rare coins, their value began to climb. But this wasn't just about the error itself. The larger context of the coin's production, its historical significance, and the story behind the mistake added layers of intrigue that increased its worth. It wasn't just an unusual coin, it was a coin with a fascinating backstory, which only made it more appealing to collectors who understand the importance of unique items in the numismatic world. Now, the value of this coin may seem hard to believe at first. After all, it started out as a dime worth just 10 cents. But in the world of rare coin collecting, small mistakes and variations can lead to astronomical values. And that's exactly what happened with the 1991 dime. As more collectors sought to find these rare error coins, their prices surged. The rare 1990 dimes, in excellent condition and with the minting error intact, are now worth far more than a regular dime ever would, and this brings us to the incredible value of the 1991 dime today. While most of the 1990 dimes remain worth only their face value, the error coins, those struck with the unusual planchet mix, have become a hot commodity. In fact, a well-preserved 1991 dime with this error has been known to sell for as much as $118,000. That's right, $118,000 for a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents. This remarkable rise in value is a testament to the rarity and the story behind these dimes. A coin that was once passed around in pockets, unnoticed and unremarkable, has become a highly prized piece of history, and its value continues to grow. The combination of a minting error, the historical context, and the growing interest in rare coins all contributed to the skyrocketing value of the 1991 dime. As with any valuable coin, the condition of the 1990 dime plays a crucial role in determining its worth. A coin that is well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, will fetch a higher price than one that has been heavily circulated. Coins that are graded as mint state or proof-like are particularly sought after, as they represent the highest quality and are in nearly pristine condition. The allure of the 1991 dime lies not just in its rarity and condition but also in the unique story behind it. Collectors aren't just buying a coin, they're buying a piece of history. The 1991 dime, with its minting error, represents a rare moment in the production of American currency. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary coins can hold extraordinary value when they deviate from the expected path. For collectors, this coin is a symbol of the unpredictable nature of coin collecting. You can never predict, and a simple mistake might lead to a coin that becomes a rare and valuable treasure. The 1991 dime is proof of that, what was once a simple, unremarkable coin is now a sought-after piece that represents both an error in the minting process and a significant moment in the history of U.S. currency. As we reach the end of our story about the 1991 dime, we are reminded that value is often found in the unexpected. A minting error, a small difference in composition, and a unique piece of American history have all combined to create a coin that is now worth a staggering $118,000. This remarkable journey from a humble 10-cent piece to a numismatic treasure is a testament to the passion of collectors and the fascinating world of rare coins. So, next time you come across a 1990 dime, take a moment to remember the incredible story that lies behind it. You just might be holding a piece of history in your hand. In 1996, a seemingly ordinary dime was minted, yet behind its small size and modest face value lay a tale of rarity, intrigue, and an unexpected journey to becoming one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics. At first glance, the 1996 one dime looks like any other. After all, dimes have been a part of U.S. currency since 1796, and for decades, the design has been constant: Franklin D. Roosevelt's face on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. It's a familiar coin, one that has passed through the hands of countless Americans, but the 1996 dime is far from ordinary. It's a coin that, over time, has captured the attention of collectors, coin enthusiasts, and investors. Why? Because a rare and remarkable error in the minting process turned this dime into something far more valuable than its original 10-cent face value would suggest. Today, this simple coin is worth a jaw-dropping $110,000. To understand how this coin reached such an extraordinary value, we need to take a closer look at the events surrounding its creation, the specific details of the minting error, and the factors that have contributed to its immense appeal in the world of numismatics. Let's rewind to the year 1996. The United States was in the midst of a booming economy, with the 1990s seeing a period of prosperity and growth. The world had entered the digital age, and the country was experiencing major technological advances, all while the coinage of the United States continued to be produced in a stable, predictable manner. The dime was one of those coins that saw little change, both in its composition and design, during the 1990s. The composition of the dime had been established since 1965, with a copper-nickel-clad core. The design of the coin, featuring Roosevelt's portrait, had been in place since 1946, and the reverse design, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, had remained consistent since its introduction. So, how did a coin that seemed to be so routine and predictable end up with such an extraordinary value? It's all thanks to a unique error in the minting process that would go unnoticed by many at first, but would eventually become the centerpiece of a fascinating numismatic story. The U.S. Mint is responsible for producing coins that meet the high standards of accuracy and precision. A typical minting process involves creating planchets, which are metal blanks that will eventually be struck into coins. These planchets are carefully crafted from specific alloys and are measured to ensure they meet the exact weight and size requirements for each coin. Once the planchets are ready, they are fed into presses that apply designs to the surface, producing the final coin. But, as is sometimes the case in the world of coin production, human error, machine malfunction, or a combination of both can lead to mistakes in the minting process. And in 1996, this is precisely what happened with a small number of dimes. During the production of the 1996 one dime, a rare and unusual error occurred when a number of planchets from a previous year, 1995, to be exact, were accidentally mixed into the batch of 1996 dimes. These planchets, made with a slightly different composition or weight from the standard 1996 planchets, were struck with the 1996 dime design. This error resulted in a small number of 1,996 dimes that were struck with subtle differences compared to the rest of the 1996 dimes. While the design on the obverse and reverse of these coins remained the same, the composition and size of these error coins deviated from the rest of the 1996 dimes that were struck with the correct planchets. This subtle but significant difference would later be identified as the key reason why the 1996 error dimes became so highly sought after. At first, the errors went unnoticed by the general public, and it wasn't until coin collectors began carefully examining the coins that the distinction was made. Some of these error dimes were larger than usual, and others were slightly off-center. However, the most significant identifying feature of these coins was their unusual weight and composition. The mistaken planchets used in the 1996 minting process had slightly different metal content, making these dimes different from the rest of their counterparts. This small difference in the composition created an unexpected rarity that would soon captivate the attention of coin enthusiasts. The world of coin collecting is often driven by rarity and condition, and when a coin like the 1996 era dime appears on the scene, it sparks interest because it's something different, something that deviates from the ordinary. The fact that only a small number of these era dimes were produced made them instantly desirable to collectors who specialize in rare coins. They had become a true numismatic treasure, an example of the unpredictable nature of coin production, where a simple mistake in the minting process could lead to a coin that was far more valuable than anyone had initially anticipated. As the years passed, more collectors and dealers began to seek out these rare 1996 dimes. They were identified and carefully catalogued by numismatists, who recognized the historical significance of the minting error. The more attention the coins received, the more valuable they became. The rarity of these era dimes, combined with their historical context, made them highly prized by those who understand the importance of rare coins in American history. But what really made the 1996 era dimes stand out was the fact that, despite being a minting mistake, they had a unique appeal. The design of the dime, with its tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, was already iconic. But now, the coin carried with it a fascinating backstory, a mix-up in the minting process, the discovery of the mistake, and the subsequent rise in demand from collectors. This all combined to create a coin that was not only rare but also rich in history. Over time, as the era dimes continued to be discovered and traded, the value of the 1996 one dime began to climb steadily. As with any rare coin, the condition of the coin plays a critical role in its value. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are the most valuable. Some of the 1996 era dimes have been graded as mint state or proof-like, meaning they are in pristine condition, which only adds to their appeal. With the increasing interest in the 1996 era dime, it became clear that this coin was worth far more than its original 10-cent face value. Coin dealers and collectors alike began to pay attention to the rising value of these era dimes, and as the years went on, the price of a well-preserved 1996 era dime began to reach remarkable levels. So, how much is a 1996 era dime worth today? Given its rarity, historical significance, and condition, a single 1996 era dime can now fetch as much as $110,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $110,000 for a dime that was once worth just 10 cents. This incredible value is a testament to the rarity of the coin, the story behind its creation, and the strong demand for unique pieces of American numismatic history. For collectors, the 1996 era dime has become a symbol of the thrill of discovery and the excitement of finding something that was never meant to exist. The small mistake in the minting process resulted in a coin that is now a highly prized treasure, and its value continues to climb as more collectors become aware of its existence. In conclusion, the story of the 1996 one dime is a powerful reminder that even the most ordinary pieces of currency can hold extraordinary value. A simple minting error has turned this seemingly insignificant dime into a rare and valuable artifact of American history. The 1996 era dime, worth a staggering $110,000 today, is a true testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting and the fascinating world of numismatics. So, the next time you come across a dime, remember that even the most common of coins can sometimes hide a rare treasure inside. In 2021, a seemingly ordinary dime was minted, but hidden within this small, 10-cent coin is a story of rarity, historical significance, and a journey that would see its value climb to a staggering $92,000. At first glance, the 2021 one dime might appear to be just another addition to the vast sea of modern U.S. coins circulating across the country. Yet, beneath its simple appearance lies a fascinating tale of how an error, a slight deviation in the minting process, turned this otherwise regular coin into one of the most valuable dimes ever produced. So, what makes the 2021 one dime so special? And how did it go from being worth just 10 cents to reaching a jaw-dropping value of $92,000? The answer lies in the unique circumstances surrounding its creation and the growing appeal of error coins in the world of numismatics. To begin our story, let's first explore the context in which the 2021 dime was minted. The year 2021 was a year of change for many reasons. The world was still reeling from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, but the U.S. Mint was forging ahead with its plans to continue producing coins that would be distributed into circulation. At this time, the dime, like other coins, continued to carry the same classic design that had been in place for decades. Since 1946, the dime has featured the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on its obverse, a design created by the engraver John R. Sinek shortly after Roosevelt's death. The reverse of the coin, featuring a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, had also remained unchanged since 1946. This design, with its symbols of liberty, peace, and strength, had become synonymous with American coinage. As a result, the 2021 one dime, much like dimes from previous years, was produced with this familiar and historic design. However, what sets the 2021 one dime apart from the millions of dimes minted that year is the rare error that occurred during its production. This error would set it on a path toward becoming an incredibly sought-after coin, one that would capture the attention of collectors and numismatists around the world. To understand how this error occurred, we need to dive into the minting process itself. The U.S. Mint, which operates the production of all U.S. coins, uses a highly automated system to manufacture coins. First, large metal sheets are rolled out into thin strips and cut into individual planchets, the metal discs that will eventually become coins. These planchets are then carefully inspected and measured to ensure that they meet the exact specifications required for each denomination. Once the planchets are ready, they are fed into coin presses, where they are struck with the die designs that will give them their faces. For dimes, this process involves striking the metal discs with the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt on one side and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the other. The U.S. Mint takes great care to ensure that each coin is produced with the highest degree of accuracy and precision. However, as is often the case with large-scale manufacturing, small errors can occasionally slip through the cracks. In the case of the 2021 dime, a subtle yet significant error occurred during the minting process, resulting in a small number of dimes that were struck with slight imperfections or deviations from the norm. The 2021 one dime in question was struck with a unique error that set it apart from the regular dimes. These error coins were produced with a misalignment in the die, which led to the images being struck off-center. While the misalignment was minor and might not have been immediately noticeable to the average person, it created a subtle yet important difference in the appearance of the coin. When it comes to coin collecting, errors like these are highly prized. Collectors and investors know that even the smallest deviation from the norm can turn an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable treasure. In the world of numismatics, the value of a coin is often determined by its rarity, condition, and historical significance. A minting error, like the one seen in the 2021 dime, can drastically increase the coin's appeal and, by extension, its value. At first, only a few collectors noticed the off-center dimes and recognized their rarity. But as word spread, more and more people began to seek out these coins. It wasn't long before the 2021 error dimes became a hot commodity among collectors, with their value steadily increasing over time. This is where the true appeal of error coins lies, the fact that they are unexpected, rare, and, most importantly, unique. While most coins that come out of the U.S. Mint are designed to be uniform and identical, error coins stand out precisely because they are different. They represent a rare moment in the coin production process when something went wrong, and that imperfection makes them valuable. For collectors, owning an error coin like the 2021 one dime is a way of owning a piece of history, a coin that was never meant to exist in its current form, but was created by a chance occurrence during the minting process. As more collectors began to acquire the 2021 error dimes, the prices began to rise. What started as a curiosity soon became a prized possession. Numismatists who specialize in mint errors recognized the potential of these coins, and as more of them were found, the demand only grew. The rarity of the 2021 error dime, combined with the growing interest in modern coin collecting, made it a highly sought-after piece in the numismatic world. Now, when we talk about the value of these 2021 error dimes, it's important to remember that the value of a coin depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and the specific nature of the error. Coins that are in excellent condition, with minimal wear and no further damage, are typically worth more than those that are worn or heavily circulated. Similarly, the rarer the error, the higher the coin's value will climb. In the case of the 2021 one dime, those that were struck with the off-center error and are in mint condition have been known to fetch impressive prices. Some of these error dimes have been sold for as much as $92,000, a remarkable increase from the coin's original face value of just 10 cents. The 2021 error dime, once an ordinary coin, has now become a numismatic treasure, sought after by collectors and investors alike. The rise in value of the 2021 error dime is a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting. In the world of numismatics, even the smallest imperfection can lead to a valuable discovery. A simple mistake in the minting process has turned this modern dime into a highly coveted coin, and its value continues to grow as more collectors become aware of its existence. In conclusion, the story of the 2021 one dime is a fascinating example of how something as simple as a minting error can turn an everyday coin into an extraordinary treasure. What started as a routine production of dimes in 2021 turned into a rare and valuable find for collectors. With a value of $92,000, the 2021 error dime is a reminder that even the most common coins can sometimes hide a remarkable story and a surprising worth. So, the next time you come across a dime in your pocket, take a moment to look closely. You might just be holding onto a piece of history.